Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another great edition of the Oklahoma City Public School Coaches Show. Tonight's show is sponsored by, of course, Kai's Concept, Impressions Printing, Big O's Pork and Dreams, the Oklahoma City Dodger Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. We're once again located at the beautiful, wonderful Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Now, my name is Maurice Prince. Of course, I am not the host with the most, which is Michael McDaniel. So you'll have to deal with me for the next hour. But I'm telling you tonight, we're going green. No, we're not talking about Masters green tonight. We're talking simply about tennis green this evening. So I know everybody wants green jackets. I'm talking about aces, backhands, and also forehand winners tonight. So we'll be doing that all hour long, as well as I will tell you. Yesterday, the Masters crowned a champion. Well, last week, the AC crowned a champion. We'll tell you a little bit more about that tonight, but our first guests are up automatically, so let's get ready as we jump into Northwest CLASSEN Night Tennis. And joining me at the table this evening, I've got head coach on there. I'm going to try not to mess up his name. I'm going to do it at some point in time during this hour, but I'm going to try. I believe in you, man. Oh, you believe in me? Thank you. That is the voice right there of Coach Brad Gilliland.
Very well done.
All right. Then I have Mr. Joshua Torres here and Maddox Mulliken. All right. How are you guys doing this evening? Thank you for joining us tonight.
It's great to be here.
Thank you.
All right. So, you guys, I got tennis players tonight. So, let's jump into it. First, I want to talk to you guys for a minute before I bring the coach in. Joshua, first tell me, where did the love of tennis come from?
My love was during freshman year.
Okay.
Actually, my coach, while I was doing football, my coach told me join tennis. And I did, just for curiosity. And for, let's see, if I can remember correctly, when I started tennis, it was difficult for me because obviously I'm a beginner.
All right. Well, that's not a problem. You had your heart jumped in.
Yes, I did. And when one of my coaches, let's call her Miss B, she's a professional tennis player. When she was training me, she told me I was a natural because I joined multiple sports. So
got that athlete skill.
Yes.
Okay. So that's where it started.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Maddox, tell me about your experience. Where did the love for tennis come from?
So when I was younger, my dad used to be the coach for Northwest, and I thought it was always cool playing it. I wasn't very good at it, but I was like, when I get to high school, I want to try it. Maybe. Yeah, definitely play it. I don't know if I'll be good at it. I mean, I'm alright, I would say.
Well, it's not about rating to me. To me, it's about opportunities and getting a chance to dive into something new. You never know what doors it might open for you. So let's bring in head coach real quick. You know, Coach Gilliland, let's talk about it. When you introduce the sport to young men, and in this case here, what were as you were coaching them, what was your experience and what did you think and how did you introduce the game to them?
I got to tell you, tennis is one of the easiest sports to coach on earth because this game is so much fun and people don't know. It's a big secret, but this game is just awesome. And so all I really have to do, get the kids on the court, put a racket in their hand and say, all right, hit the ball around, have some fun, see if you can get some winners. See if you can manage to get a point. Okay, you got a point. Now see if you can get enough to win a game. You won a game. Awesome. See if you can win a set. It's always a new challenge.
Now, I like how you're talking about the developmental. It's just first put the racket in their hand. And of course, I can't speak for the ladies, but I know for me, playing a little baseball in high school, the first thing I wanted to do, guys, I wanted to rear back, but I didn't have the hand down. I kept I was going for home runs every time. So when you guys got into this, what was the first skill that you had to master in the process?
The skill was hitting the ball over the net.
Okay, so in other words, the net was the target. Maddox, what was that for you?
Really getting my grip right.
The grip right. Okay.
You gotta have like a specific grip.
Okay, so is there from your technique that you had to develop on your own? Was there a grip for basically when you get into volleys, or is it into when you start going back and forth in terms of that, attacking the net, or when you're trying to get the smash? Tell me about, is there a different grip for those in your how you do it, or how did you use your racket?
There is. So for like forehands, it's the hammer grip. You just basically pick it up like that and then hit it.
Okay.
And then
So,
for the
so thumb
volleys,
down. For those who are also listening on the radio tonight, it's thumb down. So that's what you're saying?
it's like,
Yeah, hand up, and then, all right. Okay, I got you. I thank you for the demonstration. I would ask you to do that. We might do that, but I'm afraid that you might knock down some of these expensive cameras right now. So what is your favorite part in the match when you're going against your opponent now? What gets you going? Is it when you're serving, or when you're on, defense? How did getting the position? How did you figure that part out?
I like being up in the net a lot and like slamming it down on kids. That's fun.
Okay. Attacking the net is your
Yeah.
part. You seem like a pretty intimidating guy by coming toward the net. So, Josh, talk to me a little bit about that.
Let's see. Mine will be the serving.
The serving,
Yes.
okay. Now, is it a beautiful work of art?
It's really beautiful. It's really. It's really.
All right, Coach. When you start talking about different game plans, you have to identify with each player what their strongest skill set
Oh,
is.
yes, sir, absolutely.
So when you started talking about, let's talk about these guys individually. So when it came to Maddox's game, what did you see and what did you try to elevate and change about his game?
I had Maddox. I think it was the second day I had him. I turned to Maddox and said, all right, Maddox, you're going to be our doubles ace. You're going to be the best player we got on the doubles team. That's what you're going to be, because he is a doubles player at heart. He is a great teammate. He communicates well. He's good at the net. He's really great to have, up there on a team. Josh is more of a singles player.
All right.
Okay, Josh is kind of a do-it-all kind of guy. Can move all over the place. Whenever I had them as freshmen, I actually had them both on the same doubles team, and we had positions. I call it offense and defense, basically at the net and at the baseline. And so Maddox would get those winners at the front, and Josh would be back at the back cleaning up. So anything that Max couldn't get to. And so that's what I look for is, does the guy communicate? Is the guy good at smashing the ball down? Is this somebody who tries to do it all?
Now, when we start talking about it, so let's dive a little deeper into the match. So, Josh, I have to get you because you got your sunglasses on, so you joke. You're cool.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. But my thing is, when you get into the match, do you try to psych out your opponent, or do you use the glasses as your ability to read their body language? I mean, what is your technique getting into a match?
That's a good question. I never thought about that.
Well, they pay me well, so I can ask those questions.
Yes.
If you need a minute, I can let you think about it. I can go to Maddox if you need a minute. Do you need a minute?
Yes. I
Okay,
do.
you need a minute. He's like, okay, yeah. So Maddox, talk to me about that. Now, since you play in more doubles, you guys are walking in, you're lining up. How do you prepare, or what is the game face, mood as we're getting ready for a match?
So when I start a match, before we go to even warm up, I go to my partner. I'm like, just do your best. I don't care what you do. Just get it over.
Okay, so
Just do what you
basically
can do.
you're saying I have your back, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You give me something to work with, we can compete.
I'm like, I know you're good. You can do it.
Okay.
I know you.
Okay. I see that.
I know you
see
can hit
that.
the ball.
I got you. So, Josh, do you have have you compiled an answer for me?
Yes. When I begin the match, right, on singles, I see how they serve, how they throw the ball back to me, and see how it is. I can see how fast the serves are. If I can probably hit it, that'd be good.
Okay. All right. So, in other words, sizing up that. So, favorite shot, overhand smash, or is it the return? I mean, what is your favorite shot?
Probably just like, I like to go for an overhead and then like kind of go like that and then dink it over the net. That's
Oh,
what my
okay.
favorite
You like
one.
to drop it.
Yeah,
Just drop it on
drop
down.
it,
Okay.
yeah.
So, because in other words, all he's going to do is just smash,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, boop.
And just kind of dink it over, yeah.
Favorite
'em out.
shot. Favorite shot.
Favorite shot would be the long shot.
Okay. Forehand winner, like rolling to your right.
Yeah,
Slide.
this hand.
This hand. And
Yeah,
strong
we go.
return. Okay, okay.
There we go.
In the course of the season, Coach, what was the best moment, and I'll talk to them, for you as a coach with your team that you said, hey, things are rolling. We've seen what we need to do and have an understanding of our role.
You know what? There are a couple moments. My first moment was at our first tournament. Went to the Lone Wolves tournament, and they performed much better than I expected.
Okay.
This is a very young team. We got sophomores and under. That's who we got. And we were actually able to compete, and we were actually able to win some matches, and I was like, you know what? We might actually be a lot better than I thought. And then ACAC, they came out, they performed. We had Maddox got third. We got a young man who got first in his division. So we've actually done really, really well. I was very, very proud of them. That this is a team that overachieves. There's a level they should be at, and they always seem to go just a little above that. And that's what I love about these kids.
That's fantastic. Favorite moment during the season, Maddox? Favorite moment during the season?
This was a couple tournaments ago. They hit it right here to me. I hit it overhead. It went over the fence. And it bounced really high and went over the fence. And I was like,
okay, so in other words, displayed full power.
yeah.
Okay, so
That's pretty fun.
so a little bit of the Incredible Hulk smash, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nothing wrong with that, Mr. Torres.
Let's see, my favorite moment.
Favorite moment.
Let's see. Making friends with the opponent.
Oh my gosh, he's so friendly.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. Okay, so in other words, is that that's not a technique. You want to be friend. You want to
Yes,
be okay.
I'm friends with a lot
Okay,
of
so
people.
in other words, after the battle, we want to always respect the opponent.
Respect,
Okay,
yes.
there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Now, before we get out of here, because I know you guys were concerned about how long this was going to be. It's like blink and it's almost over. Who would you like to thank, or for getting your tennis game to where it is and how you feel? Who would you want to thank?
I would thank the coaches, Gillen.
Oh, that's good. That's
My
real
dad.
good. That's real good.
Let's see, my teammates who helps me get prepared for other teammates who was more higher ranked than me. And that's it. My
Okay,
whole team.
that's why. Hey,
That's
that's
my
all
whole
right.
team.
That was very good. Now, you left a lot of ground for Maddox here. He's got to really fill this. Maddox, who would you like to thank?
I would probably say my dad a lot because he coaches a lot. He's really good at tennis. And I would say my coach,
Both you
Coach
guys.
Gillen and Coach Craig.
For those who are watching online, always thank your coach and your mom and your dad. Those are checks. You get to come home after that.
I would say, like he said, that my teammates too. They always practice with me and help me get better.
Now, finally, Coach, I want to give you a chance to do the same thing. But when you say team, people don't always think of tennis as a team sport.
Oh, it absolutely is.
But it absolutely is. You've got singles match and you see doubles matches, but you don't think of team. Kind of dispel that a little bit for me and then give you a chance to, how would you like to say about the Northwest CLASSEN program?
I will tell you, you got to play against somebody, and you play against your teammates in practice, and so that's how they improve. That's how they get better, and they're always supporting each other, helping each other out. I tell them, always appreciate a good opponent. They're going to make you better, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity at Northwest CLASSEN to be able to work with these kids and help show them how great a game this is.
If nothing more, and we're just getting to the beginning of this tennis. Take from this first set of gentlemen here that the sport is beyond what you thought in the world of fun. Give it a try. If you're looking for a sport that will help show your agility, your movement, you play defense, you can attack the net, you can smash the ball. There's a lot of different things that you can do in the sport itself. Gentlemen, we wish you continued success, and thank you so much for stopping by. It's time for us to hit our first break. You're listening to the Oklahoma City Public School Coaches Show, sponsored by Kai's Concepts, Impressions Printing, Big O's Pork and Dreams, the Oklahoma City Dodger Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. We will be right back.
City. If you need a new car, truck, or SUV, come out to the all-new Barry Sanders Sports and Imports. The all-new Barry Sanders Sports and Imports has a great selection of vehicles to choose from. And they don't want you to prejudge your credit. You get the car that you deserve. It's the all-new Barry Sanders Sports and Imports, located at 9229 South I-35 Service Road in Oklahoma City. You can call them at 405-301-8550. That's 405-301-8550. Or you find them online at BarrySandersAuto.com. That's BarrySandersAuto.com for the all-new Barry Sanders Sports and Imports.
Do you have college hours and want to earn your college degree? Complete the process and earn your degree at the Langston University Oklahoma City campus. Langston University OKC campus with Reach Higher specializes in giving you that second chance to finish your degree while maintaining your normal routine of work and family life. If you would like to move forward with completing your degree, join us during our Reconnect Week event from April 7th through the 15th at the Langston University Oklahoma City campus, where prospective students will have the opportunity to meet with an academic advisor and discuss their plan of study. On April 15th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., there will be a meet and greet with potential and current students, instructors from the program, and our annual Black-owned business community extravaganza. This is an event for the entire community with free admission. Langston University OKC offers online and on-campus class options that can accommodate your schedule. Learn more by going online at www.langston.edu or call 405-530-7500. That's 530-7500.
The daddy finally got the math down deal.
Okay, so 3 McNuggets dipped 3 times plus 5 of my fries, minus 3 of your fries, plus a bite of your McNuggets.
Hey.
Equals?
There's a deal
Now, real quick, now how loud am I to you? Too loud or too loud? Okay, how about to you? Too loud? Okay. And then finally, so let's do this. Will you say your name for me? Okay, so just want to pull this up a little bit more. Say it again.
Omaira Freites.
Perfect.
Jasmine Taylor. Kiara Santana.
Okay. So now you have an idea. You have an idea of what I did with the gentleman. The questions will be in the same way. I will ask you where your love for tennis began, your favorite moment. We'll talk to the coach and then talk to more of you. This is about an opportunity for you, and I'll be honest, the more you talk, the faster it goes. If you're nervous, just breathe, and if you say, you hold your finger up or say, I need a pause, that's fine. I will come back to you or rephrase the question, and I'm going to keep it all about tennis, your love, maybe future aspirations and things like that. Okay, so we will be going here.
At the United States
I think we're going to go here in about a minute.
To help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/movingforward.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here once again at the Oklahoma City Public School Coaches Show. 4:05 in the house at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Of course, sponsored by Kai's Concepts, Impressions Printing, Big O's Pork and Dreams, the Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. Once again, I am Maurice Prince. As I told you before, we're going green all hour long. Talking tennis green, of course, and I have made the reference earlier to the Masters, but we have Masters of the tennis court as we're starting to get here. We'll talk about the ACAC tournament that went on last weekend, and here we got the Spartans. Ladies, Spartans in the house. Southeast High School is here. I am joined right now by Coach Omaira Freites. Then I have Kiara Santana. Did I get that right?
Yes,
okay, and then Jasmine Taylor. Yeah. Good evening to you, ladies. Thank you so much for coming by this evening to talk some tennis with me. So when this year started, let me back up. Where did the love for tennis begin? Let's see. Eeny, meeny, Jasmine, you're first. Where did the love for tennis begin?
I would say my love for tennis started my sophomore year.
Sophomore year.
Yes. It was during COVID time, and so I really wasn't social or anything. But once I joined tennis, like it was a new ballpark for me. I became a lot more social, and I got out of my comfort zone, and that's where I met her. And it's been pretty great.
Friends for life. Okay, Kiara. So where did it start for you?
Sophomore year as well. I had been playing softball for about 8 years, so it was kind of transition for me. But my friends really pushed me to do a new sport and try a new thing, so I pushed myself out there and started to join, new clubs and things that they had available at Southeast. And I met Jasmine, which was a really good opportunity because she is actually going to be my roommate at OU. So.
Oh, wow. So we've taken this to aspirations beyond that. So let's get to that in just a minute. But, you were sophomore, so are you going to be juniors this fall? Or
We're
seniors now, so you're saying 2 years ago. Okay, so we're going to OU, you said.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Congratulations to you both. So let's talk to the coach. Coach Freitas, first of all, you've had an opportunity to coach these dynamic young ladies. So talk to me about their growth and the goals that you might have had for this season, if you would.
Coaching these girls is like an amazing opportunity for me, especially them, because they came to me when they were sophomores and had never played tennis before. So they were familiar with softball, especially Kiara. Jasmine, I don't think you play any sport before coming to tennis, correct?
Yes.
So it was like, it's not just playing tennis, it's getting them to get conditioned and understand you have to be able to do so many other things not necessarily related to tennis when you start playing the sport. It's not just get the racket and hit the ball. You have to have some other drills and other things that you do to get there, to improve and get where you want to go.
All right. So obviously to win would be a goal, but if there was something else in you set out when the season started this year for both of you, what would have been that you wanted to see do better at the end of the year or improve on? What was that goal?
Personally, for me, I would say just being defensive whenever I'm playing. I would say I've improved a lot since the beginning of the year. I used to be horrible at net.
Offensive.
Oh,
You mean
yeah.
being at the net, being offensive.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
Kiara.
For me, I think that it was just having a good time and not taking it so seriously, because my first 2 years, it was a new sport for me, and I took it so seriously that I wouldn't really have fun. I would just be in my head all the time.
Right.
Especially going from doubles with Jasmine my sophomore year to transitioning to singles my junior year. So I was really in my head a lot, and for this year I just focused on really having a good time and enjoying it while it lasted.
And how did that work out for you by having more fun than trying to make it a complete grind?
Oh, I loved it so much. It's been such an amazing year, and if I could do it all again, I really would.
I'm sure, and you will get to do it all again. Now, when we start looking at other things, give me, as you ladies are the runner-up for the ACAC champions this year, congratulations on that, because it's still an honor regardless of what your team goals were set. You accomplished a goal. Talk to me a little bit about those moments where this year it might have been a little difficult, something that occurred, a setback, something that didn't quite go right, and what did you do to improve or get over it? Either or. I present the question, okay, this time I'll let Jasmine, you go first, and then next time Kiara's going first.
Personally, it was during All City. I had to change my partner last minute because of certain circumstances, and that was honestly somewhat of a setback to me because I got used to playing with my other partner. But just going into the tournament, I just had the expectation of we're gonna try to do our best and get somewhere.
Get somewhere. Again, when life throws us curveballs all the time, and we have to adjust. So I'm glad you were able to overcome that. Kiara.
And for me, life was also really unexpected, throwing a lot of things at once. So I think my biggest setback this year was really deciding what I wanted to prioritize in my life this senior year because, like I said, a lot's going on, you know, transitioning to that next step in life. And I know that I wanted to, you know, keep tennis in that run. So I think just really prioritizing and trying to figure out what steps I needed to take in order to be able to include tennis in my schedule.
Coach Freitas, as you hear these ladies talk about persevering in circumstances, the maturity that they're showing as they are growing to be outstanding young ladies, what makes you most proud about what you see of them and their growth in these 2 years?
Oh, it's amazing how these girls have grown. The leadership that I see on them, I see the sophomores and even the juniors looking up to them because they're leaders in the team, and even they know they are the ones with more experience. They don't rub it in their faces. They're always nice to the girls, and they're always trying to have this competitive but also fun environment, and that's what I look for. I want the girls to have fun when they come to practice and enjoy the sport and get a little bit of love because it's a sport that you can play for the rest of your life. You don't need a partner. You can play it on your own. Doesn't matter how old you are.
Favorite part of the game, Kiara? What's your favorite part of the game?
I think my favorite part of the game is really that second set leading up to that moment where, you know, you're making that last hit and you don't know what's going to happen, but you try your best in order to, you know, maybe get a win.
So you're talking about set point?
Yeah, set point. Yes,
yes.
set point.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Got to want to make sure that. Jasmine.
My favorite part about the game, I would say, is net.
So it's being aggressive and attacking the net?
Yes.
All right. So favorite shot.
Backhand.
Backhand. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Jasmine, what about
Forehand.
Forehand. I could see that. Like the power game. I mean, and again, there's different phases that attract different people to the sport. Because you get a chance to show agility, you get the chance to show hand-eye coordination, obviously, but there are so many different areas of the game that allows you to excel. It's really good to see. So real quick, let me ask you this. When we start talking about set points, match point, when you have the team on the ropes for match point, what's the most important thing about finishing that particular match? If you had to, if you're serving, that's one thing, but if you're on the defense, because you can get match points any way you want. So basically, what would be the most important thing? You have to be single-minded, focused at it. It has to execute. You get into the love, and I mean, when you're talking about the deuce situation, and it goes back and forth, it can be kind of nerve-wracking. So what's that one thing that you say, okay, do I have to calm myself down, so to speak, or do I have to focus? Or if I could get them, you've identified the weakness, can I move the ball or putting in a position? What do you ladies think about that?
Honestly, I think it would just be focusing on your fundamentals because tennis can go on for a really long time. You know, you're rallying, and you really want to focus on what you learned in practice and how you can kind of, you know, contribute it to your games. So you want to like calm down, back and forth, and just focus on one shot at a time.
One shot at a time. Do you agree with that, Jasmine, or you got something else to add?
I would say I would agree with it. My point of view is more just locking in onto the game. And if I notice that certain shots, they're not going to the ball or they're just not going in that general area, then I try to aim for that.
And when you play doubles, communication obviously is a key in that one. So what do you usually have to tell your partner when you recognize that there is a weakness there? What do you do? Describe to me a scenario in a match where you were recently playing where you noticed something and you had to communicate it.
I would notice that our opponents, they would equal up on the line. So one wasn't necessarily on the net and one wasn't necessarily in the back. And so I told my partner that either you can aim it like really, really close to the net or you can just lob it back to them. And she followed through with it and we ended up winning the point.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Coach, you know, when we start talking about communication and things, even in singles matches, when you you see that the singles player is not able to recognize a few things, how do you approach them in game situations, trying to get them to clear their mind and get a clear vision of what's going on in the match?
Most of the time, when I see they're getting nervous and they have a better game, but they're getting just missing some balls or doing something, I try to call them out when it's the right time, and I try mostly to calm them down. I'm not trying to get onto them because that's not going to help. I don't believe it's going to help me telling them you're doing this wrong or whatever. No, just calm down. You got this and try your best. You just put your best. I don't think it's going to do any good to their nerves for me to just go and scream at them.
To turn the heat up even more.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, I got that.
I'm very loud and I sound like I'm always screaming, but not necessarily.
Is that true? That's true. Is that true? I'm glad to know it's true. Finally, ladies, if you had to thank someone for supporting you or helping you develop your skills to the level that you're happy with right now, and congratulate. Before I even get to thank yous, tell me about the way you two found out about going to Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma. How did you find that about?
I am interested in being a nursing major, and I saw that OU has a really good nursing program, and I just decided to join OU for that.
Okay, so you just went straight in. They said,
Yeah.
okay, so nursing's on the other side for you. Kiara.
Me, I'm going to be a psychology major, and I really wanted to go to Harvard, but things did not work out, so I applied to a bunch of safety schools, and OU was really something near and dear to my heart because my sister is a legacy student. So I knew that I wanted to go there, and also having Jasmine there as well was really
Oh, yeah,
decider.
when your bud gets to go with you,
gotta go.
I don't think it gets any better than that. So, ladies, let me give you a chance to say some thank yous.
Well, I just personally want to thank my coach so much because
They
she's
paid attention. I like that.
so much. She's honestly our biggest supporter, and she's taught us everything we know. You know, we started with nothing, you know. I want to thank my family, of course, for always being there and supporting me no matter what happens. And, of course, my wonderful teammates for always uplifting us no matter what happens again.
Who's over there with the camera rolling and everything? Who is that?
One of them is Nayeli, and the other is Stephanie.
Okay, all right, all right. Who would you like to thank?
I would first thank Coach Freitas.
Good job.
She's taught me everything I know since freshman year, so that would have been a lot. I also like to thank Kiara. She helped me tremendously in my sophomore year, even if she knows whether or not she did it or not. And I would really like to thank my teammates. Really the underclassmen. They honestly make the game so fun and like something for me to look forward to and be able to teach to them.
The team that you seem to have seems to be very special to you both.
Yes,
in terms of that, the friendships that you have. I'm really happy for you because the friends that you make in this process is probably ones you're going to have for life. So congratulations to you both. Coach, talk about the fans and the support that you've received from Southeast. I see a good friend, A.D. Curtis, over there, who is very supportive of his sports.
Very supportive. Coach Thompson is always there to help us and provide whatever we need for the team. I mean, especially transportation or meals or help with anything that we need. He's always there to help. And administration is always very supportive too. I mean, and now this year we also have an athletic trainer. She's awesome. She's all for the kids and always taking care of them. So it's awesome. We got kids that are playing another sport and they come and watch us for a while, and that makes everybody feels good. You know?
It does. It does. I want to congratulate you again on being the ACAC runner-ups this year. Congratulations. Much success to you, ladies, as you go on to OU. And Coach Freitas, thank you so much as you will continue to coach. It's time for us to hit a break. This is the Oklahoma City Public School Coaches Show. We're sponsored by Kai's Concepts, Impressions Printing, Big O's Pork and Dreams, the Oklahoma City Dodger Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. We will be right back.
No act of kindness is too small, and to some, it means everything. It's in your power to prove life is truly a gift and not a possession to hide away. You have the opportunity to comfort the neighbors around us who deserve happiness happier, healthier lives. At the United Way of Central Oklahoma, our partner agencies help thousands of children, adults, and families journey through grief, poverty, and so many struggles. So consider giving today at unitedwayokc.org.
Are you looking to rent a car? Better yet, do you need to rent a car but don't want to go through the hassle? If you said yes, let the professionals at A Plus Rent a Car put you in a rental vehicle today. They have low rates, and the only requirements to rent a vehicle is you must be at least 21 years of age with a valid license, utility bill, and lease. Deposits are as low as $100. That's it. Low daily and weekly rental rates are available and great cars to choose from. A Plus Rent a Car is located at 2906 Northwest 23rd Street in Oklahoma City. Check out our website at apluscarental.com or call 405-602-0000. That's 405-602-0000 for A Plus Rent a Car. They accept cash, debit, prepaid, and credit cards.
Need a banking partner you can count on? Call First Security Bank and Trust Company. It will be the best call you will ever make. Personal banking with First Security Bank and Trust Company can make life so easy. We offer mobile banking, online banking.
So right now you should hear me in your ear. Anybody say it's too loud? Is it too loud?
Instant access to all
Okay. So Coach, go ahead and say your name.
Kyle Taylor. You can transfer funds and even pay bills. You have
He's not this quiet in practice, is he? No. Say it again, Coach.
Kyle Taylor.
There you go.
Visit us today at
Mason Fair.
All right.
Sophia Acuna.
Okay. All right. So you'll hear me. We're going to come back. We're going to have fun. I'm going to ask some of the same general questions, and then I'm going to try and ask you some new ones. We're going to have fun. We're going to keep it light and easy. And talk about your experiences this year. So, by the way, if I didn't say, my name is Maurice Prince, and we're going to talk tennis one more time. This is something that you guys have worked for. Real quick, most challenging moment, Mason, for you during the season. This was before.
Like a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, a McDouble, small fries, and
Okay, stay that. I just want to go there. I'm going to ask you the same thing. Most challenging either this season or any season. What's been the most challenging part of the game? I will talk to the coach about the development, where it began in the process, and then, of course, talk about the match this weekend that help you guys get to the top. I'll probably ask you about some philosophy too, because we have not talked a little bit about what you want from your team. Do you want to go there, or you want to go a little somewhere else? Is there anywhere you want to go? Okay.
This is your daily Black Health 365 moment. Did you know that April is National Minority Health Month? The purpose of this month is to raise awareness about health disparities that continue to affect people from racial and ethnic minority groups and encourage action through health education and early detection. This
Sophia,
month
that's
is important
pronounced
to spread the
Acuna,
word.
correct?
Encourage your loved ones to visit their doctors for health checks and
Say it
get
again.
yourself checked
Acuna.
out.
Acuna,
This has been your
thank
Black
you.
Health 365 moment, because a healthy lifestyle is a daily choice.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Oklahoma City Public School Coaches Show. I told you earlier in the show today, we just finished talking up to the runner-up, the fabulous ladies from the Southeast Spartans. Just talked a little tennis with them. But I am here to announce, if you didn't already know, the ACAC boys and girls tennis title champions resides at CLASSEN SAS. The Lady Comets and the regular Comets, if you will. Joining me at the table right here, right now, I want to make sure I get everybody right. It's Sophia Acuna, and I have, of course, Mason Fair and Coach Kyle Taylor. Good evening to everybody. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
Oh, okay. I mean, it should be all smiles. Has it set in yet? Winning the championship, has it set in?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what we expected going in, just to go in, take care of business, and move on. But Yeah, it definitely has. Yeah.
I love how you just made it so that there was no process. We're gonna get to that in just a second, there,
Yeah.
Mason. I like that, Coach. When everybody sets out over the course of the year to win a title. That's what the whole goal is at the end of it. But generally, there are other goals for the team that you have set. Coach Taylor, can you tell me, at the beginning of all this amazing seasons that you have been a part of, what was the actual goal when you started this?
Our actual goal is a state title. Tennis is such an individual sport, so we kind of break it up by player, or by individual, or by team. So we set up our goals based on each individual player. For Sophia, it's going to be winning a state title. For Mason, it's winning a state title. For some of our other players, it was winning the ACAC, and they did great and they accomplished their goal.
When you guys get on a roll like your program is, it affects so many different levels of the other athletes. And you said yourself, some of us was winning the ACAC, but some of us have opportunities now to win state and compete at that level. When your coach says that, what does it mean to both of you? We'll start off with you first, Mason.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's not something new. I think every year we've kind of had that idea that a state title is definitely something that we strive for. With Sophia winning last year's state title, definitely adds a little bit of pressure. But yeah, that's what we knew going in, and nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. So Sophia, he already answered most of yours. What else you got to follow that?
Yeah, just defending my championship from last year. So really just trying to break through those nerves and hopefully getting some of the girls from my team advancing to state. And hopefully having some podium wins over there, too.
Podium wins. I like that. Hopefully stacking a few more. So, guys, I can tell both of you are extremely passionate about the sport. Where did the passion begin for this? When did you know that this was what I'm not to say, kind of cliche, but what I was called to do? When did it begin?
Yeah, so tennis was probably like the very last sport I played. I played pretty much everything besides tennis. But I guess this summer going into my freshman year, I started playing with one of my friends, and it got pretty competitive. But I kind of set out like,
are the rackets okay?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
So it started getting competitive, and then from there you just felt something.
I did, and I was like, I'm never losing to him again, and never looked back. Yeah.
Oh, so you have someone actually to thank. So
for sure.
When we get to the thank yous, I want you to make sure you mention this lovely individual who is motivated to that point. Sophia.
Yeah. So tennis kind of goes back in my family. My grandparents on my dad's side have always loved watching tennis, and then my grandpa on my mom's side actually played tennis, just in high school, but he loved it. And so then I slowly started getting into it, and then I started competing, and ever since then I just stuck with it. And I played sports prior, but this was the one that really, I enjoyed the most. So, yeah.
Coach, you have two extremely passionate individuals here. When you see that, coaching is easy, right? Coaching is easy, right? They listen to everything you say, and everything is going well.
I mean, it's never easy, dealing with a lot of different personalities. But you kind of know with these two, when to press their buttons or when to kind of back up and pat them on the back, tell them good job.
Yeah, they seem to automatically, every coach mastery is part of the process of understanding who you're coaching. So I'm sure that's part of it. So talk to me about, in this journey, some difficult moments you both have experienced getting to the level that your game is now. And then I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what other part of your game you'd like to see get better. But first, talk to me a little bit about some of the challenging moments that you've experienced.
Man, easily the most challenging one was last year at state. I had a tough loss early in the season, which kind of pushed me down the seeding. But I knew if I played well, I could easily reach the semis, even the state championship. But in the quarterfinals, started cramping in the second set after I'd won the first one and was up in the second. But I tried to play through, but my body couldn't take anymore, so I had to withdraw in the quarterfinals, which really just killed me for a good bit too. Realized that the state title was out of reach, but pushed through that and went back the next day and won those 3 matches to get 5th. But yeah, that's definitely the most challenging.
I would say my most challenging moment
was my finals match at state last year. I won the first set 6-1, and I was up in the second set 4-0, and then I think I started to get tense and nervous, and I felt maybe the pressure coming on, and she came back, and I think it was 4-3, and then I was up 5-4, and then it came to 5-all, and a line judge was drawn onto the court, and it just like amplified all the nerves, but I pushed through and I won 7-5 in the second set.
For both of you, for me, and I'm just I'm just a viewer from the outside, if you will. Here, I think the best thing to learn from that, coach, is that life always throws challenges your way. Sometimes it doesn't always bounce, but you've got to find a way to rise to give your best at every moment. Not to be clichéic in any way, but I just think that tennis provides so many different styles of things, because some things get judged incorrectly by calls, and then sometimes your body doesn't always do what you thought it can do, and in other moments you feel the pressure and other things. What other lessons am I missing that these two have learned?
Well, one thing that I talked to both of them about is life's going to throw you adversity, and it's not overcoming the adversity, it's how you react to the adversity. And both these two have shown a huge amount of character, and they're great kids. While their tennis accomplishments are great, what I'm most proud of is how they are off the court. So they've kind of surpassed any expectations that I have of them on or off the court.
Mason, what's something you still want to add to your game?
Oh, man. I guess it's kind of fine-tuning all the bits and pieces. I feel like I have pretty much what I need to be successful. It's about just putting them all together and them working well together as well. Yeah.
Sophia.
I would say maybe pushing through my nerves a lot. I think that holds me back a good bit of time because my body gets tense, and sometimes I don't tend to breathe the way that I should, and it just holds back the way that I know that I can play and the level that I can play at.
So talk to me about the tournament this past weekend, both of you coming through, your teams winning the championship. What would be the biggest takeaway that you both had from this experience this past weekend as you guys get ready for state, obviously?
Yeah, for sure. Going in, I don't think a lot of people really knew my name. In my opinion, I don't think I had the respect from a lot of people. So I knew it was my mission. I wasn't going to lose a game the whole tournament.
Okay.
So it came down to the last probably my last match, which was going to be the closest. But, yeah, he had a couple chances to get some games, but I didn't want him to even get one game. But it definitely gave me confidence moving forward because he is shout out Will Berry. He'll be a good player in 4A this year, so it's nice to get a good win over him.
Sophia.
I was pretty confident going into the tournament. I think mainly on the girls' side of our team, it was getting wins for the doubles and the number 2 singles and all that, and then having them get first place and gaining their confidence in their playing style. As
you now focus in on state, what is the preparation process for you to get ready for the state tournament?
Yeah, I'm just trying to play every day. I have tournaments outside of school, which will help with the competition side of it and the nerves. And honestly, just going into state, knowing that if I play the way that I can play, hopefully I get the state title again, and just really going in confident and not playing like worse than how I know that I can play.
Exactly. Don't want to limit the opportunities. Mason.
For sure, yeah. 4A, it's definitely a different look than 5A. 5A, you could count 2 hands how many people could go and win that state title, but in 4A, there's exactly who you're going to have to play and who you're going to have to beat. So it's kind of just keeping my mindset right, knowing that if I do play well, I can beat them, but not overlooking anyone as well.
Mason, you have an unbelievable drive. Where did that come from? The passion. Where would you put that at?
I think that it kind of goes to everything, even off the court. I just hate losing. That's pretty much what it breaks down to.
So if I played you in checkers, you're going to try and destroy me.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm not very good at checkers, but I'll try. Yeah.
There's something I can win. There you go.
Yeah.
But honestly, so that's just where that came from.
For sure, yeah.
You know, Sophia, when you talk about getting more reps or getting more opportunities to build confidence, is that the next evolution in your game that you just want to not have to be, I want to say have to discuss, but you want that to become some normal, that is a part of what you do?
Yeah, for sure. I would say in the past, my mental side of the game is definitely what's brought me down level-wise. And then I've had some good wins outside of school tennis recently that I think is slowly building my confidence up. And once I can break through that barrier, I think I could reach a new level of tennis.
Coach Taylor, as we get ready to close up this interview this afternoon, I would just like to ask you the effect these two seem to have. What is the effect that these two have had on the rest of the team?
They've had a huge effect on the rest of the team. You know, just their positivity and the fact that winning breeds other winners is huge. You know, Mason's bringing up our #2 singles player who also has a good shot to win state this year, as well as a doubles team. And, you know, the fact that Mason and Sophia are both winning is kind of rubbing off on some of their teammates.
Yeah, that old iron sharpens iron type of mentality. Guys, if there's anyone you would like to thank as we get ready to part here, who would you like to thank for what you guys have become in terms of your tennis game and so on?
Yeah, for sure. Getting started, it has to go out to Sam Purnell. That's the one who kind of got me into it and got me rolling.
Did he know? Yeah. Did he know?
I don't think he knew what kind of warrior he was creating, but yeah. And then my mom and dad for just whenever I don't have anyone to hit with, feeding me balls and always just being by my side.
I would say my parents, for sure. Yeah, sometimes I can be pretty hard on myself, and they're very good about picking me back up and giving me affirmations that really just drive me through the struggles and barriers that tennis brings on.
Coach, when we look at the overall scope of the level of the tennis program at CLASSEN SAS, what would you want to say publicly about how strong this program is right now?
It's definitely strong. You know, Sophia started out her first freshman year and got second state, won state her sophomore year, and then this year we're looking for a good finish as well. Mason finished third in 4A, fifth last year in 5A, and looking for a good finish here. So, you know, the program's in a good spot, and definitely the depths are there. So we're looking forward to a good future.
Congratulations to you both, and we wish you success in state. And, you know, that's just how it goes. Want to see you guys continue to excel on and off the court. These are the ACAC champions this year for boys and girls tennis. This is the Oklahoma City Public School Coaches Show in the 405, sponsored by Kai's Concepts, Impressions Printing, Big O's Pork and Dreams, the Oklahoma City Dodger Foundation, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. We're signing off for a great hour of sports talk. We'll be back next week. You guys have a great evening. Thank you for listening.